Attachment is the root of all suffering. Practice detachment and you will never be hurt. Detach yourself from materialistic ideas and goals in your physical life and you'll find freedom. No amount of money or possessions can truly make you happy. True happiness comes from within. Look at your mind and find the answers.
I smoke Cali, no enemy. I won't stop until I get a mirror. See that face, I'm rocking polo. Knew that I could take it, man, I done it on my dolo. Nigga, you was vaping, I was really on my solo. Bitches wanna shake it, I will never hold a holdo. Knew that I would make it, now we really living good. Flying packs, now I fly a spaceship through the hood. No chance, leave no traces, glass valley and the snood. I never fuck her if she's basic, make her tense out the wood. Come up so hasty, faster than the car goes. I was never lazy, they say that I can't blow. How I used to make P, grab and clear the cargo. Told my nigga Casey, I'ma take it far, bro. Only smoke straight green, cause I'm healthy. I swear money was the only thing to help me. I was in the slums, but my mindset was wealthy. And this ain't spice, only smoke the top shelf cheap. Honey's on me, now the honey's on me. It's what I'm.
What's up, It's your boy, Inception Mystic, Key Intuitive Insight, Kyrie's Kerwin, Archangel Gabriel, Shepherd Donovan, Libra Sun, Verba Moon, Aquemini Rising, Immortal Soul, Enlightenment Being 369 Larez, Star C, stand up! Here to deliver you deep, esoteric knowledge and divine intellectual wisdom and intelligence in a way that can be understood by all ages. Now I don't care if you're big or small, short or tall. Now I don't care if you're old or young, boring or fun. I don't care if you walk or run, snow or sun. Let's get to it. So this is week 3 and I want you guys to know, if you didn't watch my first 2 videos, yo, go and watch that first. You have to be able to meditate for at least 15 minutes now and begin to control your thoughts. So week 1 was just meditating, sitting still. Week 2 was sitting and beginning to control your thoughts, and now we're gonna go into week 3. But I'm giving you this disclaimer: if you didn't watch my other videos, it's not going to make sense to you. There's going to be gaps in your knowledge and there's going to be parts you understood because you didn't do the work, yo. You have to listen, learn, take it in, take notes, but you have to actually take action. Knowledge is only valuable when it's applied. Knowledge that is not used is worthless, essentially. So if you're watching this and you're not able to meditate or actually take anything from this, you shouldn't be watching my videos. It's useless. This is not entertainment. I'm not making these videos to entertain people. This is knowledge. This is teaching. Now, if you have that mindset, that inquisitive mindset that you're willing to learn, it doesn't matter. There's no criteria for who my audience is. You can be a kid. You could be an intuitive kid. You could be a blue crystal baby. You could be one of those people who is born, but you have a higher state of knowledge for your age group. You could be a teacher, you could be a businessman. It doesn't fucking matter, bro. As long as you have that willingness to learn, you can be a priest, you could be a preacher, you could be a teacher, you could be a fucking gang member, you could be in prison for all I care, bro. I don't judge you, don't judge me. The whole point is, if you have that mindset that you're willing to learn, it doesn't matter, yo. It really doesn't matter. You could be a fucking indigo child, yo. So it don't matter who you are, but if I'm saying, yo, watch the first video, learn, do this task, you gotta do it. Otherwise, that's the only criteria. I don't judge. I don't care about skin color. I don't care about weight. I don't care about none of that shit. But if you have any respect for me, you're gonna go by the order that I have given this to you, because it's only to help you. If you skip and don't go through the order, you're gonna miss the lessons and you're gonna miss key information that I'm doing to help you. So, yo, disclaimer: if you did not watch my first 2 videos, go and watch it. The subconscious, conscious mind. It's a breakdown before we go into this, giving you the basics of what you need to know. But essentially, there's 2 parts of the mind, and today we're gonna go into the next part, the 3rd part, realizing your mental resources. If you have found the individual is always acting on the universal, and this action is an interaction of cause and effect. Every cause has an effect, every effect has a cause. So thought, therefore, is the cause, and the experiences you meet in your life is the effect. So eliminate any possible tendency to complain about conditions as they are, because it's your responsibility to change it to become what you would like it to be. Do not say things, do not talk about it, be about it. Do not complain, because the universe is always listening to you. Whatever you say, your words become your reality. So if you're complaining about something you're focusing on the negativity. You're not focusing on the solution. So, me, I never complain. I don't assume. I only speak positively because I know that everything I say has a chance to come back to me, and everything I think has a chance to come back to me. So there's no point of complaining and seeking sympathy, because that doesn't make you the best person you could be. You should direct your effort to a realization of the mental sources that you do have and that are at your command, which all power really comes from. You should look at a situation and say, can I do something or not? If you can do something, do it. If you can't do something, don't worry about it. Anything more than that is not worth stressing your mind. It's overthinking and anxiety for no reason, Persist in this practice until you come to a realization of the fact there can be no failure in the accomplishment of any proper object in your life if you understand the power to persist in your object. If you understand the power of persistence and you keep going, because the mind forces are ever ready to lend themselves to a purposeful will in the effort to crystallize thought and desire into actions, events, and conditions. So at the beginning of each function in life, action is a result of conscious thought, but habitual actions become automatic, and the thought that controls them passes into the realm of subconscious, but it's still as intelligent as before. So we can start doing it, and whatever action you do becomes habitual. When you have created a habit for something, you no longer have to think all the time. It just becomes automatic or subconscious. In order that the self-conscious mind, the conscious mind, can attend to other things, your habits will give their power into the realm of the subconscious, so you don't have to think about it anymore. New actions will, however, in their turn become habitual, then automatic, then subconscious, in order that the mind can be freed from detail and advance to other activities. So instead of having to focus on every little detail, once you keep repeating something, the power of repetition, auto-suggestion, the power of practice makes perfect. When you keep doing something, you essentially, you remember it, and it becomes natural to you. Humans are creatures of habit, so what you keep on repeating, you will get better at it. When you realize this, you have found a source of power that will enable you to take care of any situation in your life, This is week 3. Last time I'm saying, if you didn't watch my other videos, go and watch it, but cool. We're going to go now into week 3, number 3, realizing your own mental resources. The necessary interaction of the subconscious and the conscious mind require an interaction between the corresponding system of nerves. The cerebrospinal system is the organ of the conscious mind, and the sympathetic is the organ of the subconscious. The cerebrospinal is the channel through which we receive conscious perception from the physical senses and exercise control over the movement of the body. This system of nerve has its center in the brain. The sympathetic system has its center in the ganglionic mass at the back of the stomach, known as the solar plexus, and is a channel of that mental action which is unconsciously supports the vital functions of the body. The connection between the two systems is made by the vagus nerve, which passes out of the cerebral spinal region as a portion of the voluntary system to the thorax, sending out branches to the heart and lungs, and finally passing through the diaphragm. It loses its outer coating and becomes identified with the system of the sympathetic nerve system. So, forming a connection between the two and making man a physically single entity. We have seen that every thought is received by the brain, which is the organ of the conscious, and is subject to our power of reasoning. We have the power to the power of discernment for any thought that enters our mind. We have the power to choose how we perceive each thought. When the objective mind has been satisfied that the thought is true, so when our mind accepts something is true, it gets sent to the solar plexus, or the brain of the subjective mind. The solar plexus is the brain of the subjective mind. The conscious mind is the brain of the conscious mind, the objective mind, to be made into our flesh. Once the brain of the conscious mind sends it to the subjective mind, these thoughts are made into flesh. Whatever thought you accept as true, your body literally accepts this and creates it to be a part of you, to be brought forth into the world as reality. So when I say your thoughts create your reality, physically, your thoughts create your reality. What you think of yourself affects you, yes, on a cellular level. So the ideas you're feeding into your mind and your own cells is what is going to create them. It's no longer susceptible to any argument whatsoever. The conscious mind cannot argue. It only acts. It accepts the conclusions of the objective mind as final. The subconscious mind doesn't have its own like thing to think with. The subconscious mind just accepts whatever the conscious mind chooses as true or false. So it is of utmost importance to be careful what you accept as true. You have to always seek the highest truth, and you have to always think further and ask more questions, because this is going to become who you are. Whatever you think is true, that becomes your personality. Who you physically are becomes part of your body. One person's thought, one person's idea could be another person's illusion. Depends on how much you know. It depends on how many questions you ask yourself and how far are you going to keep searching for knowledge, yo. The solar plexus has been likened to the sum of the body, or been linked to the sum of the body, because it's the central point of distribution for energy that the body is constantly generating. So it's literally like a sun in the middle of your chest. This energy is a very real energy, and this sun is a very real sun, and the energy is being distributed by very real nerves to all parts of the body, and it's thrown off in the atmosphere which envelops the body. So the way I see it, as you see this sun in your body, like literally a solar system and the stars and whatever, it's like a representation of the cells, and your sun center is what all the rest of your organs and your chakras are orbiting around. So the sun is the center point, your core essentially. So if the radiation is sufficiently strong in your sun, if you have actual gravity in your sun, like if you can actually produce a real force, this person is going to be called magnetic. He is said to be filled with personal magnetism. Such a person may wield immense power for good. His presence alone can bring comfort to troubled minds. He can heal people just from being around them, because every person has their own magnetic field, their own torus field. When someone comes in your space, your heart is producing its own energy as well. So somebody can feel your energy. Your energy introduces you before you even speak, yo. There's ways of communicating, like subliminal messaging, body language, shit like that. There's ways people can feel and sense, intuition, insight. There's ways people can see things that is not just your body, because we have our own auras, we have our own energy, we have our own magnetic field around us. So when the solar plexus is active and its operation is radiating life, energy and vitality goes to every part of his body, and it goes to everyone who he meets, yo. So the sensations are pleasant. The body is filled with health, and anyone who comes into contact with him experiences this pleasant sensation as well. But if there's any interruption of this radiation, the sensations now are unpleasant. The flow of life and energy to some part of the body is stopped, and there's some blockages, there's some disruptions, and this is the cause of every single ill to the human race. Physical, mental, environmental, even spiritual. I say every illness has to enter the mind first. No human is born as sick. Cool, on a rare occasion, some people are born with certain things, issues or lacks in them. But I think most of the time, if you look at this, you have to look at what conditions was the baby in before they was born. What was the parents eating? What was going on in their life before that person came to be? Because before you can get sick, for example, before you can even get healed, you have to be willing to give up what made you sick. So I see it as, before you can even get sick, like if you ate a bad food and you get a stomach ache, it wasn't your stomach's fault, yo. You ate a bad food and now your body's reacting. So your mind made that conscious decision to eat that food. If you had mental health to know what is right and wrong to put in your body, you will never get sick, yo. That's the key I'm trying to give you. Once you understand where sickness comes from, where lack comes from, it cannot affect you anymore, because you attack the root of the problem. You go straight to the source. So, because the physical sun of the body is no longer generating sufficient energy to vitalize some part of the body, that body part is not getting light. Mental, because the conscious mind is dependent on the subconscious mind for the vitality necessary to support this thought. And the environment, because the connection between the subconscious mind and the universal mind has been interrupted. So this is where all sickness comes from. The connection between the subconscious mind and the universal mind has been severed. So you haven't been thinking, what's going to happen to my body when I eat this, essentially, you didn't have that link. You didn't connect your conscious and subconscious mind. This is why I say, yo, watch my first video, because I spoke about this in the last video, but if you didn't watch it, it's not going to make sense. I expect all of you watched it, so this is just a joke for if there's some people that didn't fucking watch all the videos. It's not going to make sense to you, bro. Fucking go back. But any of you who do, yo, you understand what I'm talking about. The solar plexus is the point at which the part meets the whole, where the finite becomes infinite, where the uncreate becomes create, where the universal becomes individualized, the invisible becomes visible. It's the point at which life appears, and there's no limit to the amount of individual energy. There's no limit to the amount of life an individual may generate from this solar center, yo. It's at this point that we become one with the universal. Many people don't realize we are all one. We're all part of the same consciousness, just experiencing itself through different angles, through different perception, breaking itself down into millions and billions and trillions of little parts to experience itself. But we are all part of the one all. We are all inside of the same creator. We are all inside of this same space. But the solar plexus, the subconscious mind, is what links you to the universal mind. And this center of energy is omnipotent, because it's the point of contact with all life and all intelligence. It can therefore accomplish whatever it's directed to accomplish. And here lies the power of the conscious mind. Listen to this carefully. The subconscious mind can and will carry out such plans and ideas that may be suggested to it by the conscious mind. The subconscious mind can and will carry out such plans and ideas that may be suggested to it by the subconscious mind. Yo, the subconscious mind can and it will carry out plans and ideas that may be suggested to it by the conscious mind. So conscious thought is then the master of this sun center, which all life and energy in the entire body flows through and throughout, which what we entertain determines the quality of the thought that our own sun will radiate, and the character of the thought the conscious mind entertains will determine the character of the thought which that this sun will radiate, and the nature of the thought that our conscious mind entertains will determine the nature of the thought that this sun will radiate, consequently, and determine the nature that we will experience. So this is where you realize you have a sense of control, yo. It's evident that we have to just let our light shine. That's all we have to do. All we have to do is let our light shine. It's evident. The more energy we can radiate, the more rapidly we shall be able to transmute undesirable conditions into sources of pleasure and profit. So the more important question is, then how can we get this light to shine? How can we generate this energy? How can we light it? How can we improve the energy? How can we make it bigger? How can we let it shine more, yo? So non-resistant thought expands the solar plexus, but resistant thought contracts it. Pleasant thought expands the sun. Unpleasant thought contracts and dims it. Thoughts of courage, power, confidence, and hope, belief, faith, all produce a corresponding state, love. But the one arch enemy of the solar plexus, which must be destroyed, is fear, because fear stops light. This energy and this enemy must be completely destroyed. If there's any possibility of letting any light shine, fear is the only enemy of it. So he must be eliminated. He must be expelled forever. It is the cloud which hides the sun that causes gloom upon us, yo. We should never allow fear. Once we know our power, once we know our potential, once we know what we are capable of, it's not logical to even have fear. This is what I call fear. False evidence appearing real. Fear nothing but fear itself. Fear does not protect you. Only understanding protects you. Fearing something is only going to make you paralyzed, fight or flight response. When you fear something, you're not actually thinking logically on the highest level you could, because you're acting in a state of fear, in a state of panic. Once you understand that fear doesn't actually help you, it's the knowledge gained and it's the understanding that helps you. Fear actually doesn't help you with anything. You'll understand, yo, You should have nothing to fear, and you should stop accepting fear in your mind. You should stop giving things power over you, because fear essentially is ultimately useless, yo. For a powerful spirit like us, we have no need for fear. Fear does not benefit me at all. I have no space in my mind to entertain thoughts of fear, lack. None of it, yo. I just dismiss it. So anybody else who projects their thoughts of fear onto me, I become a sorcerer and I just say, I'm not what you think I am. You are what you think I am. Your spells have no effect on me. Just because you believe this does not mean that I believe this. And you have to understand the power you have of controlling your own thoughts, and to not let other people's suggestions like damage your mental state or infect your state of bliss and peacefulness, because you have to understand what you are really capable of and who you truly are. It is this personal devil that makes men fear the past, fear the present, fear the future, fear themselves, fear their friends, fear girls, fear their enemies, fear everything and anybody, fear life, fear death. It doesn't make sense, yo. This is your own personal fear. Your fear is just as real as your belief. It's just a thought in your own mind. And once you can identify where fear comes from, you will not entertain fear. When fear is effectively and completely destroyed, your light will shine, the clouds will disperse, and you will have found a new source of power, energy, and life. Because when you find out you're really one with the infinite power, and you can consciously realize this power by practical demonstration of your ability to overcome any adverse condition by the power of your own thought, you will have nothing to fear, yo. Truly, you will have nothing to fear. Fear will have been destroyed, and you have come into possession of your birthright. We should not live in fear. As human beings, as spirits, we should never fear anything, really, yo. Why do we deserve to have, like, what should we really fear? What do I have to fear in this world? Nothing. Why should I ever exist in a state of fear? Somebody give me the answer in the comments below. What do you fear? But me, I see no reasons for fear. I see nothing. I don't fear anything. Fear nothing but fear itself. I live by that. It's our attitude of mind towards life that will determine the experiences with which we are able to meet. But if we expect nothing, we shall have nothing. If we demand much, we shall receive the greater portion. I see the universe gives you what you ask for, and the universe gives you what you expect. But if you never make a request, you're not going to get anything. So I want you guys to write down as many things you want to achieve in your life, like just anything you want to achieve. Some of you is going to write 1 or 2 things. Some of you is going to write 300, 600 things. But the point is, the more you ask for, you could go and forget about this, right? But you've wrote down 100 things, 300 things. If you go back in a year's time and check that book, you'll be surprised how many of those things you actually achieve. But the person who literally writes nothing, or writes 1, 2, or 3 things, the variety of dreams that he's choosing from is going to be a much smaller pool to pick from, rather than you, who really cared and really value what I'm saying, and you wrote about 100 things, you wrote about 20 things, you wrote over 600 things, yo. The person who writes 1,000 things is most likely out of all of you to get each one of those 1,000 things, yo. But it depends who's willing to put in the most effort, who's actually willing to do that. And that's the true question. Who is actually willing to do that, yo? Because I don't give a fuck. It doesn't affect me. This is for your own benefit. So if you write 0 things right now, I don't judge you. I don't care. It's not on me, yo. It's on you. But if you're really a true powerful spirit, I want you to write down now as many things as you can that you want to achieve in your life, or you want to see become real. You can take as much time as you want to do this. You can pause the video, whatever. But write down everything you ever dreamed of achieving that you think, not even that you think is possible, even if you don't think it's possible, write it down anyway, and go back to this list every day. Just, if you get a new idea, add it. And if you get a way that you can act on your idea, or you see a way, a new conclusion, you see a new way that this is coming closer to you, or something you can do to make it real, do it now, instantly. Take action. Time waits for no man. So you gotta realize, the more you ask for, the more you're gonna be able to receive. The world is only harsh if we fail to assert ourselves. The criticism of the world is only bitter to those who can't compel room for their ideas. It's this fear of criticism that many ideas fail to see the light of day, yo. There's about couple of basic fears. Most people fear the same things: fear of criticism, fear of failure, fear of going broke, fear of death. Once you realize and go into this fear and realize where it comes from, your own insecurities or something in your own mind that you're failing to deal with, you'll fear nothing, yo. What's the point of fearing something? What is the point, yo? Either it's gonna happen or it's not gonna happen. Either you have a say in it or you don't have a say in it. Either you can do something or you can't. Standing there, fear doesn't help anybody, yo. Get this through your head. Fear is not helpful in any way, shape or form. Fear cannot help you do anything, yo. It's the man that knows who he has a solar plexus. The man that knows for a fact he has a solar plexus will not fear criticism or anything else. He'll be too busy radiating courage, confidence and power. He'll anticipate success by his own mental attitude. He'll pound barriers to pieces and leap over the chasm of doubt and hesitation which fear places in his path. A knowledge of our ability to consciously radiate health, strength and harmony will bring us into realization that there is nothing to fear because we are in touch with infinite strength. This knowledge can be gained only by making practical application of this information. We learn by doing. Through practice, the athlete becomes powerful. Only through action. Practice makes perfect. You have to actually do something. I'm not one of these regular YouTubers. I'm not even one of these regular spiritual teachers that's just come here with this play kids thing, just all fun and games, showing you some bullshit that just makes you feel good. No, bro, I'm a real spirit. I'm here to help you. There's nothing in life that comes easy, yo. The more work you put in, the more you'll get out. So by acting and actually doing something, yo, I bring the uncomfortable truth, I bring the hard truth, because that's what's going to help you in the long run. The person who only tells you good things and the person who only tells you what you want to hear is ultimately an enemy of you in the end, yo, because they are not telling you how you can really improve yourself. They're just giving you what you want to hear, yo, and it's fake fucking love, bro. I don't need that. I'm a real spirit coming from a place of truth and honesty. I honestly want the best for you. So I will teach you what I would tell my younger self. So if there's a version of me, listen to this. This is exactly what I would say to you, yo. The more that you put in, the more you get out. There's no shortcuts. There's no one else in this life that's going to help you, bro. You got to realize in this world, you're alone. So whatever you want to do, you have to take it into your own hands to achieve it. And the amount of work you put in will determine the results that you're going to get back in the end. So you just got to ask yourself this question. What's in it for me? How am I going to benefit from this? Because in the end, bro, in this world, no one really gives a fuck about you. You get it. You have some peoples, but what you really see on the inside of your mind, what you really want to do, nobody else can do it for you, yo. So you have to actually take action. You can sit on your ass all you want, but nothing's going to fall out of the sky until you step out of your comfort zone and you start doing different things. If you want to achieve extraordinary results, you got to do what the ordinary person is not doing, yo. You got to go above and beyond the average person. And the further above and beyond you go, the more you keep putting in without getting, the more you'll be rewarded when you finally get. So, bro, have faith, have belief. I see what you see in the end goal, bro. You don't got to prove yourself to nobody. You don't got to have nobody agree with you or say, yeah, validate it. No, bro. If you know on the inside of your mind what you want to achieve and what you're capable of, fucking do it. Regardless of what anyone says, even your friends or family. Because maybe they do wish the best for you, but in their own level of perception, this is the best advice they offer for you. They honestly can't see what you see, and it's your job to bring it out, and you inspired them, yo. You showed them it's possible. And I make this analogy like, say you want to get a Lamborghini, for example. You're not going to go and talk with your little sister. You can tell her, but she's probably not going to understand. She's probably not going to know. So if you go to her saying, yeah, you want to get this engine, you want to get this steering wheel, she's going to say, oh, you can't get a Lamborghini, because she don't know what that is, yo. But you in your mind know you can get it. So don't waste your energy talking to people that's like a little sister, or talking to people that don't see your vision. Go to the fucking Lamborghini dealer, bro. Go to a businessman. Go to someone that knows about cars. Go to somebody who actually knows this is a real thing in the real world that's possible, that you can achieve, yo. And speak to them and see what they say about your idea. Or even, you don't have to speak to them, bro. But knowing your mind, you knowing your mind is real, the law of attraction will bring that to you. Your sister might not know it's real, so it's your job to actually get that car, and then you can show your sister, yo, bro, you can do this as well. And now she's seen it and believed it, and now she can do it as well. But if you had adopted her fear, her doubt state of mind, you would have not even been able to get it in the first place, yo. So you have to understand the power of your own ideas and taking care of your own thoughts. It's like a seed, yo. You can't just plant a seed anywhere. You have to actually plant it in the soil, take care and water it, sunlight, get it fucking carbon dioxide. You can't just plant your seed, like throw a seed on a fucking pavement on the concrete and expect it to grow, yo. I'm a fucking rose out of concrete, eh? So, if you are religiously inclined, I'll tell you to let your light shine. But every single statement here is still about the solar plexus. If you're religious, you can say, let your light shine. But I can put it in all ways. I can break it into any dimension. I can break it in any way. So anybody who's watching this video is going to be able to understand me. If your mind has a bias towards physical science, I would say, awaken your solar plexus. If you're religious, I would say, let your light shine. Or if you prefer the strictly scientific interpretation, I will tell you, impress your subconscious mind. But don't matter who you are, you cannot tell me that these things do not exist, yo. Science, religion, your own eyes, meditation will tell you this same thing, yo. If you're religiously inclined, let your light shine. If your mind is biased to science, wake up your solar plexus. Or if you are strictly scientifical, impress your subconscious mind. I don't care if you're a psychologist. I don't care if you're a biologist. I don't care if you're a chemist, bro. It doesn't matter. I can put it in any form. It doesn't matter if you're a priest or you're a preacher, or if you're a Buddha, you're a Hindu. Yo, let your light shine. All religions talk about some way, shape or form of light. So we all know what this means. That spark of consciousness, that flame inside you, that's burning, that soul energy that's giving you drive and power, yo. So I can tell you anyway, let your light shine, wake up your solar plexus, impress your subconscious mind, all means the same thing. It's all talking about the same thing, yo. But I already told you what this impression is going to be. This is a method that you're interested in. If you already learn that the subconscious mind is intelligent, is creative and responsive to the will of the conscious mind, what's the most natural way of making the desired impression? You got to concentrate on the object of your desire. See what you wish to accomplish as if you have already done it. And when you're concentrating, you're impressing the subconscious mind. So meditating, concentrating, it's similar, same thing. This is not the only way, but it's one simple and effective way, and it's the most direct way and the most reliable way that results are going to be secured. So you just see it, like you visualize it, and you keep impressing that forward to your subconscious mind. So it's this method that produces extraordinary results. People can think you're accomplishing miracles. Like, for example, I'll show you, yo, I use affirmations. You have a statement and you repeat it, and this is what you use when you need to feel a source of inspiration. I say my mind, mood, body and life is in the best condition possible. I'm perspicacious and healthy as ever. I'm worthy of the wealth I desire. There are no limits to what I can and will achieve. I'm grateful for my money, wealth and abundance flow to me in expected and unexpected ways frequently. But for me, I repeat this statement 3, 6, 9 times a day. I keep repeating it over and over again. So in a conversation, I can use this statement that I know because I understand the meaning of every word. I understand the intention. I understand what I use this for. I crafted the most impactful phrase I can use to inspire me every day and remind me to pursue towards my goals. But anybody I can speak to, I can use my own repeated affirmation on 100 different people repeating the same. But for me, this is my own crafted statement that I had worked and refined before and then just memorized it. But in order to be able to do that first, you must have consciously created it and then repeated it until it becomes in your subconscious mind and then memorize it. So now I can say again, my mind, body and life is in the best condition possible. I'm perspicacious and healthy as ever. I'm worthy of the wealth I desire. There are no limits to what I can and will achieve. I'm grateful for my money. Wealth and abundance flow to me in expected and unexpected ways frequently. My mind, mood, body and life is in the best condition possible. I'm as perspicacious and healthy as ever. I'm worthy of the wealth I desire. There are no limits to what I can and will achieve. I'm grateful for my money. Wealth and abundance flow to me in expected and unexpected ways frequently. Because I repeat this so much, I believe it. and I see it, and this has become part of my subconscious mind. I don't have to even think. I can just like repeat it as many times as I want to, and every time I get in a situation where I feel fear or doubt, I just repeat my affirmation. And it's this method that which every inventor, every great finance star, salesman, statesman has been able to convert the subtle and invisible force of desire, faith, confidence into actual, tangible, concrete facts in the objective world, as I just done. I just fucking showed you a living testimony. The subconscious mind is a part of the universal mind. The universal mind is a creative principle of the universe. A part must be the same in kind as quality in the whole. The universal mind is a creative principle of the universe. And one part must be the same in kind and quality as the whole. This means that the creative power is absolutely unlimited. It's not bound by anything of any kind. It's not bound by any restrictions, yo. The universe has no limits. There's no limits of the universe. The universe is infinite. There's no cap on how much you can create in the universe. The universe is infinitely expanding. Consequently, it has no prior existing pattern that we have to apply its principles for. There's no, okay, cool, there is laws of the universe, but I'm going to get into that in a separate video. But there's not really any limit to what you can achieve, yo. The only limit to what you can achieve is what you believe for yourself. The only limit is doubt. This is what I say. This is what I see. The only limit is doubt, yo. The only thing that can stop you is your own mind, your own belief, your own ability of yourself, your own vision of yourself. If you have no doubt, no fear, there's no limits to what you can and will achieve, yo. Eliminate fear instantly. We have found that the subconscious mind is responsive to our conscious will, which means we have the unlimited creative power of the universal mind within the control of the conscious mind of the individual. If you understood the power in this statement, yo, we have the creative power of the universal mind within the control of our own conscious mind. When we make practical application of this principle in accordance with the exercises that I give in lessons in a subsequent order, it's well to remember, it's not necessary to outline the method how which the subconscious will produce the results you desire. The finite cannot inform the infinite. The conscious mind cannot inform the universal mind, yo. You don't think how you're going to do every little part. It's not necessary. I'm telling you, yo, you don't have to worry about that. It's not necessary to outline the method. It does not matter. The finite can't inform the infinite. You simply say what you're going to get. You simply say what you desire, not how you're going to obtain it. You simply state to the universe what you desire and what you're going to do. You don't say how, you just state what you desire. It is not necessary to outline the method, yo. You can't teach the universe. The universe is teaching you. So you tell it, and the way it might come to you might be in a different way to you expected, but you have to be open and know in your heart that you're going to get it no matter what. So even if it comes in a different way to what you've seen it, you have to be adaptable enough to say, yo, this is what I wanted. This is not how I expected it to go, but this maybe could have been even better for me. The universe showed me a whole different outcome, a whole nother perspective, a whole nother aspect of what I wished for, but you never know what the universe has planned for you, yo. So it doesn't matter. Many of you guys have dreams and you're like, oh shit, how am I? Bro, you don't have to worry about that. You just have to worry about what are you gonna do. What you can't do, it's not gonna help you. The doubt, the fear, what is holding you back is not gonna be of any use or of any benefit to you. So you have to actually just believe, yo. You don't have to see every you have to trust in yourself that you're gonna be able to work it out along the way. You simply say what you desire, not how you're gonna obtain it, yo. We don't have to go into that. You are the channel which the undifferentiated is being differentiated, and this differentiation is being accomplished by appropriation, and it only requires recognition to set causes in motion which will bring about results in accordance with your desire, in accordance with your own desire. And this is accomplished because the universal can only act through the individual, and the individual can only act through the universal. They are one. So this law only requires recognition. All you have to do is recognize your ability and become conscious of it, to set causes and forces in motion, which will definitely bring about results in exact accordance with your own desire. And this is accomplished because the universal can only act through the individual, and the individual can only act through the universal. They are one. As above, so below. We are all one. We're all part of the same consciousness. The universal can only act through the individual, and the individual can only act through the universal. You have to create a vision of what I'm saying here. So man is God sleeping, God is man sleeping. So as me, as a person, I am myself. I'm one person. I can only act through the universe. The universe sees me. I don't know how other people see me because I am inside myself. So I can only act. I can only impress my thoughts by going out into the universe, going out into the world and communicating or exchanging energy, or actually impressing my thoughts or talking with other people, acting in real life with the universal. And the universe, so this God, this creator, this force, this energy, this idea can only communicate with me through the universal. So like angel numbers, or if you have a spirit guide, or if you know somebody who you feel like is an angel, or a universe, even through karma, the universe giving you a bad or good lesson. There's no good or bad really. It's all duality, it's all polarity. It depends on your perception of things and how you see it. But all lessons or anything I want to act on can only come to me through the universe, and anything the universe wants can only come through me. So when you want to do something, you have to accept that you have a power within yourself, but the universe has that infinite power to where you can do as much as you can, but you have to trust. You have to be able to put yourself out there to know that, there's a higher force. There's some of this is out of my hands, to where you can't control every little thing you physically couldn't, If you think one man can control the whole world or can understand every little, the conscious mind doesn't have the capacity for it. There's things that is just too big. Like the universal is just acting on its own layout. It's going on its own program, and it's going how it's designed to be. And we are a part of that universal, but it's a yin and yang relationship. We can only act through it, and it can only act through us. So in order to change the effects in your own life, you have to go into your own mind, and then instead of trying to change other people, you change yourself and how you deal with the universe and how you deal with other people, So for your exercise this week, I'm going to ask you to go one step further. I want you to not only be perfectly still and inhibit all thoughts as much as possible. So I don't mean like perfectly still frozen, but sit as still as you can and stop all thoughts as possible. So inhibit all thought as much as you can, but this is what we done last week. So all of you should be able to do this already. Inhibit all thought, be able to not pause, but identify your thoughts, realize where your thoughts are coming from, and then don't try and control them. Don't try and force it anyway. You're just gonna become conscious of it, observe, realize, identify, take note, observe, look at your thoughts, and try to slow it down as much as possible, but not force it. You just see it slowing down, and then you just let go, This is your task for this week. You gotta let go. Let the muscles take their normal condition, their natural condition. This is gonna remove all pressure from the nerves and eliminate that tension which so frequently produces physical exhaustion. Physical relaxation is a voluntary exercise of the will, and the exercise will be found to be to you of a great, enormous value, because it enables the blood to circulate freely and from the brain and body. The blood can circulate freely to and from the brain and the body. Tension leads to mental unrest and abnormal mental activity, perversions of the mind. It produces worry, care, fear, anxiety, hatred, jealousy, envy. Relaxation is therefore an absolute necessity in order to allow the mental faculties to exercise the greatest freedom they can. So, I want you to make this exercise as thorough and as complete as possible. Mentally state and determine that you will relax every muscle and nerve until you feel quiet, restful, and at peace with yourself and the world. So this is a task for this week. Relax every muscle and nerve until you feel quiet and restful and at peace. You're not trying to do anything. Just sit back, take a few deep breaths. If you want to, you can count your breaths to 10 to get into the rhythm and start off. Just breathe in and out. Allow yourself to go with the flow and breathe in with abundance. Breathe out and let go. Breathe out with fear, breathe out with all your worry, and just let it go, yo. And I want you to relax and slow down and just come to a point where you're quiet and you're restful and you're at peace with yourself. You're not thinking about anything, you're not trying to do anything, you're simply being still, present in this moment, and you're aware, you're comfortable and relaxed. And now your solar plexus is ready to function, and you're going to be surprised at the result. So next week we're going to go into more about this, and we're going to be learning about touching on some new different esoteric subjects. We're going to be going into some new different knowledge, but for now I'm just going to do a quick question and answers for this week. So, what is the system of nerves that's the organ of the conscious mind? You can pause and think of the answer. If you don't get it, you can just unpause. The cerebrospinal system is that system of nerves. What system of nerves is the organ of the subconscious mind? The sympathetic nerve is the organ of the subconscious mind, and the cerebrospinal is the organ of the conscious mind. So the conscious mind deals with what you know that you know, and the subconscious mind is more towards feelings, more towards feminine, more towards desires, more towards what's going on the inside. But the conscious mind has influence on the subconscious mind. So just take note of that. What is the central point of distribution for the energy which the body is constantly generating? What's the central point? What's the core point? All of you should answer this question, yo. What is the central point of distribution for energy that the body is constantly generating? This is what this whole video is about, yo. The solar plexus is the central point of distribution. How can this distribution be interrupted? So, by negative thinking, by resistant, critical, discordant thoughts, but fear especially is going to disrupt your flow of light. This is where sickness comes from. Fear, worry, doing negative things, thinking incorrectly, not thinking as a creator would wish, not aligning with who you are truly meant to be. So, what is the result of this interpretation of negative thinking? This is the source of which every ill the human race has been infected. So, how may this energy be controlled and directed? This energy may be controlled and directed by conscious thought. How may fear be completely eliminated? How may fear be completely eliminated? How can fear be completely eliminated? By understanding and recognition of the true source of power. What determines the experiences with which we meet in our life? Our own predominant mental attitude determines the experiences with which we meet in our life. How may we awaken the solar plexus? Mentally concentrate upon the condition which we desire to see manifested in our lives and relax. Concentrate on it, but to open your subconscious mind, you have to let go of all fear, all anxiety, all restricting, all constricting, all thoughts that's going to be holding you back, and you have to actually come in a state of relaxation. So that's your task for this week, yo. This is a nice, easy task. So, what is the creative principle of the universe? What is the creative principle of the universe? So, the creative principle of the universe is a universal mind. And once we acquaint ourselves, once we align ourselves with this power and recognize we are one with the universal, we will have this same infinite power at our hand, because we understand how to utilize the solar plexus. And I'm going to say this again, yo. Congratulations, I'm proud of all you guys for making it this far. I wish you the best on your journey. But for this week, mentally state that you're going to relax every muscle and nerve until you feel quiet, restful, and at peace with yourself in the world. So there's no rush to this. There's no speed to this. It's just a journey, yo. It's a road. There's no set of time. You have to do this. The only reason I'm saying to watch one video at a time is because, bro, you have to be able to do the task. I'm saying the tasks, they link with the knowledge. So for you to be able to even accept all of this knowledge, to understand all this knowledge, you must be able to sit still for 15 minutes. If you couldn't do that, you wouldn't even digest all this knowledge, yo. That's why I could just do all this in one day, but I'm giving you 1 week at a time, so you actually have time. You can rewatch the video as much as you like until you learn, until you can do it. Even if it takes you a month, even if it takes you a year to get this video, keep practicing it, because you go at your own pace. We're not in any competition, so keep practicing until you can relax your whole body. I know some people can't do this, but practice makes perfect. It's not about judgment. It's not about who's better. It's not about no spiritual egos at all. It's about benefiting yourself and how can you get the most out of this. So I'm just saying, for you guys, in order to know where you're at and to mark your own progress and see how you're progressing, go from week 1 and watch one video at a time in order. And once you can complete the task, you move on to the next task. If you can't complete the task, then you're not ready for the video. I am telling you, you shouldn't be watching the video if you haven't done the task. You're lazy, yo. I don't respect any of you who don't do the task. So you have to actually take action, because the knowledge I'm giving you is worthless if you don't see. The point of this is you have to take action. If you watch this whole video and you didn't even try, or it's worthless, yo, you're just going to forget. But the whole point is, when you're doing these tasks, you're creating new abilities within yourself, and you know, yo, I've sat down here and been able to relax. So if you go to work, or if you get in a tough situation, if you get in something that's going to make you feel worried, usually you're going to know, yo, I was watching Etheric Intuition. I relaxed my whole body in this meditation. So I'm in school. I can just go back to the state of relaxation and be fine. Yo, nothing on this world can affect my peace of mind. The wise man aims to reach a state of mind where nothing affects his peace, yo. So it's not no patronizing. It's not no I'm saying you're at this level, you're better than who. No, bro. This is just for you to track your own progress and to know how you're improving. Because some people can't even meditate for 1 minute or 5 minutes. So what's the point of them watching this if they can't meditate even for 5 minutes, yo? So the first video, you meditate for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just sit. You don't even meditate, just sit still. The second week, you're going to start controlling your own thoughts. Try to think of nothing. Try to stop all thought. So now you go from a physical level, literally sitting still, to a mental level, controlling your thoughts. And now we're going back again to the physical level, to fully controlling your whole mind, your whole body. To not control it, just relax, yo. Literally just relax. It's not hard challenge. The weeks get harder and harder, so enjoy this one. Relax. So thank you all guys for watching. I'm gonna say peace and love to you all. I love every single one of you guys unconditionally. I really do love you, and I wish you the best honestly, it makes me happy to be able to create these videos, and I'm grateful for as much people I've seen even support me, yo. So I honestly, deeply, gratefully, and truly wish all and each and every single one of you an authentic abundance of wealth, abundance of health, abundance of freedom, abundance of love, abundance of inspiration, abundance of intuition, abundance of prosperity, abundance of success, abundance of joy, abundance of fulfillment, abundance of satisfaction, and spiritual sovereignty upon your entire bloodline, your ancestors, and your descendants to come, those who have come before you and those who have become after you. You are all divinely protected, and I want you to know you guys are powerful spirits, yo. There's great times upon us. We've been putting in work, we've been fighting this war, and we're finally gonna reap the rewards for our hard work, yo. So any of you who have any doubt, fuck the doubt, man. Rise up, Starsea, stand up. We have no room for fear in this world. We have no room for negativity. We have no room for these negative spirits to thrive. All of you negative people are gonna see the love regardless, yo. I don't judge people, so anybody who sees me in a bad way, I forgive them. I still love them anyway. I still come from a place of truth to where even my enemy could watch this video and learn from me and gain a positive insight, because I only have good intentions for you, yo. So, peace.